and you are falling yet again. And you are also completely naked. Thank you. You are completely naked. Okay, thanks. Completely naked. Okay, and you smell nothing but sulfur. So you are falling and falling and falling from some deep dark sky, and it's just this horrid acidic smell of sulfur just going up into your nose, and your eyes are tearing up, and you're struggling to see, and everything is just pulling you down as fast as possible. And then suddenly you drop and you smack against the side, the very steep inclination of a mountain. Okay, you have never seen this mountain before. It's a very, very high mountain, and all the ledges are slippery, and it's very, very cold, and you have no idea what the fuck. Okay, so you try to make sense of it lah. But just as you're about to gain footing, right, you fall again, and the mountain just disappears beyond you, like it becomes ethereal, and then your hand just goes past it, beyond it, and you fall again.
Into the mountain?
Through the mountain.
Oh, okay.
And down and down and down and further still. And then now you hear the sounds of cufflinks, as in the slave kind, yeah, chains, cuffs. And then you look around and you see the whole place is a mine, but you are falling from the sky in through the mine, and you see all the workers that are mining dressed in rags, and they are just working at the land, and the whole place is just this slavery and pain. And you see there are creatures around, devilish, demonic looking creatures whipping these slaves, but they're like ants to you, they're so far away, and you're just falling and falling, and you see the ground reaching you, right? But instead of you coming into contact with it, right, you just fall right through it, and you go further down. Okay, down and down and down and down, and then you feel very, very hot, like as if it's a volcanic magma or something, but you're wrong, it's cold, and it's really, really cold. And then suddenly you fall, and you finally come to contact with ice floe, face first.
Not the face.
Yeah, the whole thing just right like this, and you're stuck, your cheek and everything against the ice floe. Okay, so what would you like to do? You finally stopped falling.
Can I get up?
Yes. You have to make a strength check because your cheek is stuck.
Okay. Strength. 15.
Good enough.
Okay. Peel myself off.
Yes. But as you peel yourself off, right, it's like you peel yourself off, and then you get a shock because there is something underneath the ice, beneath you. It's
frozen inside.
Frozen inside. It's a dark shadow, and then if you squint a little bit, you realize that it is the face of a man. It's a bald middle-aged man with a very serious face, and he's dressed in assassin leathers, and he's got very, very pale skin. He is completely frozen, and he's staring straight up at you, but you are not sure if he can actually see you.
Okay.
And you recognize this because this was part of your dreams from a long time ago, way back when. Yeah, you recognize this face.
Guy.
Yeah,
That's
it's the same guy. You see him up face to face now, and this time round is a lot more real because you're right up to him. What would you like to do?
Look around.
Okay.
Perception?
Yes.
Not a natural 20.
Very nice. You see that you are on a glacier drifting aimlessly across a very cold sea, basically like the North Pole, like that, lah. And then and there are many glaciers, and up in the sky, right, you see some hail coming down, shooting icicles and hailstones down into the water, and then everything just goes splish splash. And then further ahead, right, there is a citadel. It's a beautiful fort made of gleaming metal and ice, and you recognize it For some reason you recognize it. This whole thing looks very familiar. It's like your second home or something. You've seen it before. You feel drawn to this place as much as it scares you. Okay, just for some reason it just scares you, but yes, instinctively, but you have no idea.
Okay.
And there is nobody here, but you hear whispers of something in your ear. Okay, and it says, "I have not forgotten you, and I never will. You are mine. You belong to me, and you shall return as such." And the words repeat and repeat, and it sounds like one person saying it, but after a while it sounds like a lot of people saying it, but you can't tell where it's coming from. Okay. Can you give me a will save?
That's wisdom.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a nat one.
Oh really? Ah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, so these words, right? These words, right, send a chill down your spine. It's colder than the surroundings, it's colder than winter itself, and a seed of madness plants itself into your very mind. Okay, but you don't know what it does. You just feel more unstable. Okay, you have no idea what it does yet, huh? Alright. That's it for you. And then you shall awaken in your room.
Oh.
Yes, and you wake up. So this was some kind of a dream state or something, you have no idea. And you just jerk awake, completely naked, with a strange red collar around your neck. Okay? And this red collar is connected to your wrists. This is your room. Please put yourself right in the center. Yeah, down here like this. Okay, you have a red collar around your neck. Around your collar, right, there's a ring. Ring has chain, and then there's two other cuffs here. So that is how you are subjugated. Okay?
But is my wrist like that?
No,
separate.
it's separate. You're like
Spread eagle
on the floor. You're spread eagle on the floor, completely naked. And for some reason, you feel extremely compliant and weakened. You have no idea why.
Sub-mode.
Yeah. You're completely in sub mode, okay? Yes. What would you like to do?
Can I look around?
Yes.
Where I am?
Perception. Passive perception.
Oh, passive is 16.
Passive is 16. It's a circular room.
Like, the walls look like...
It's a circular room. Not unlike the previous one that triggered the whole fight that you guys were in just previously, okay?
Circular or spherical?
Circular.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
a flat ceiling.
Flat ceiling.
Okay.
But this room is a different one. It's twice as large and has lesser furniture. Or maybe it looks bigger because it has lesser furniture. You're not very sure. Okay, but whatever the case, you're definitely in a different room. And as the inscriptions on the floor, there is what you're lying on top of, and the insignia engraved within the ritual circle looks kind of different, even though the methods are the same. Okay, so blood flows through the engravings, and after a while, you kind of realize faintly that it's your own blood. Yeah. Yep. It's your own. Okay, and then looming over your face is a brand new snake. It's a bigger one too. Yeah, it's a brand new bigger snake, and it's just hissing delightedly. Licks your cheek. Okay. Followed, and then you see this creature on another smaller ritual circle, also lying down next to you. Okay? You have no idea. And then of course you see the mister. Yes. And he's there. And he says, yes, this awake. That's fabulous. And I was just beginning to get bored. No, don't move. Stay right there. That's what he says. Okay? So it's the same guy you saw in a hellhole, and it looks like he was waiting for you with a patient, almost manic glee. He's like really happy that you're alive now. Yeah, so you hear that, and he says, "Oh, so sorry, how rude of me. Let me introduce myself. I am Dante at your service. How do you find today's accommodations? Pleasant, yes? Nothing like the feel of cold stone against your back. Slimming too." That's all he says. Okay, and then you see that he has a clipboard in his hand, and he's starting to take down notes, and he's checking your temperature. He's just putting his hand on your forehead, that kind of thing, checking your pulse, and then putting it down. So he's just mumbling to himself, okay, he's like, oh, BMI is good, proper creatinine, no exercise is good, JD's a little banged up, but nothing, and ischias couldn't cure, AU kept intact, no extended tailbone, median head whole, okay, very good, almost perfect actually. Yeah, so he's just talking to himself, blah, 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 blah. Then he continues to ramble on, and he's inspecting your body lah. And then he's just talking, right? It's like, oh yes! Then he turns around like this with a flourish, he's like, oh, welcome to the bunker. Well, the original one that is. You and your friends broke version 2.0. But that's alright, there were some design flaws with that one. OG's the best if I do say so myself. And I do. And he's just very happy with himself. Yeah. And you see that he's completely fine now. Like he has no injuries whatsoever, completely cured. And but his doggy is in very bad shape. Okay? So the doggy, right, is just lying down, and half his face, right, is corroded off by the explosion or whatever that happened previously. So you can see the teeth and the tongue coming out, and then some of the eyes, right, are sockets. Yeah, it's got blown out or burst or whatever. So he's like, you hear this lah, from the creature there. It's in really bad shape. Okay? Yeah. What would you like to do?
Can I do anything? He said.
You can look around,
but
I suggest you look around to see what situation you're in. Okay. This one I need you to roll.
11.
Huh, barely. Okay. So besides the circular room, right, you see a chalkboard. Yeah, chalkboard at the other end of the room. Okay, next to the entrance lah, there's a chalkboard. Okay, to his left lah, there's a chalkboard. Okay. And it's got scribbles of the wolf creature, and it looks like the anatomy of the wolf creature getting its heart removed, and then you see a cross section of the creature's heart. And then after that, you see a case study of half elf anatomy, and then with the rib cage, and then and a slit. And then when you look down, right, you see there's a marker, right, with a dotted line here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's going on about whatever it is he's going on about, and he's just rambling. So it's still your turn if you like to do anything else. There's a basket of hearts to the side.
This side?
Yeah. And they are all still beating. They look freshly harvested.
I'm not held down or anything, right?
No, you're just like there.
Okay.
But he did tell you not to move.
So do I feel like I cannot go against his word?
You will have to give me you have to fight against his will for that.
So I am commanded in some way?
Yes.
Okay. But do I feel like if he doesn't specify, then I can...
You can try.
Do shit.
He says don't move up, but that's all he says so far.
He says don't move. grab a heart.
Grab a heart.
Yeah.
That means you have to move for that. Okay. You have to give me a will check.
16.
You try, but you don't succeed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough. And you can the moment you will to try, right? You feel the collar here start to glow, and it's restraining you somehow mentally. So you have to fight it, but you didn't manage to. And then because it glowed, right, the snake comes over. Yeah. So it's obvious that if you try anything and if you succeed, the fail safe is the snake biting you.
Okay.
Okay, but that's all. Would you like to do anything else? You have one more action before the round goes back to Belvin. Poor Belvin.
I have, but can I Google it?
Yes. Okay, if you are googling it, then I'll give you some time to do so, and I will move on the turn to Belvin, okay? And then I'll give you more time the next round.
Actually, it might not be.
Belvin is going to be Sekiro.
No, okay. Basically, what I wanted to do is I just wanted to start singing. It's like 99 bottles of like da 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 da. It's all that continues on and on and on.
Okay, okay.
End, yeah.
And then
Just to
you
annoy him.
just to annoy him, ah?
Yeah.
Do you do it loudly or softly?
Just normal talking voice.
Normal talking voice. Okay. Let's see where you are. Okay, can. Okay. He looks mildly amused for now. He looks mildly amused for now. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you have to do?
A closer look at the dog.
Yes.
Perception?
Yes.
18.
Okay, let's see. The wolf also has a dotted line down his chest. Yeah.
Okay.
And or what's left of it at least. And you can actually see through the ribcage that it has its heart in there. But the heart's erratic. So there's arrhythmia lah. The creature is suffering from arrhythmia. And then you realize that besides the ribcage, because half of him is like combusted already ma, so you can see through it somehow amongst the gore and all that gross stuff. Rib, and then the heart, right? And then swirling around the heart, right, are green streaks, white streaks, gold streaks, pink strips of something, but you don't know what that is. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, and they're all just swirling around the heart. It looks like some kind of ethereal thing. Maybe magic. You're not so sure, but you see some movement in there lah. That's not the heartbeat.
Streaks like just flashes.
Yeah, around the heart.
Oh, okay.
Like all trapped inside the ribcage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if you take a sparkler and you spin it fast enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, you see that. Probably 99.
Okay. Is it still my turn?
No, I have to pass it on to Belvin.
Okay.
Okay, so you have your time now to think about your life. Alright, Belvin, it's your turn. So, you rolled a 2, right? 1, okay. So the creature turns around and then your left arm just just before the tourniquet.
So 2 arms are gone.
Yeah. But there's a thing there. And you feel pain, of course. Very much so. Please give me 1d4.
4.
You have 4 of your max HP taken out.
Cool, that's a lot.
Yeah. For now, okay?
Okay, so when that happens, so am I at full or am I?
You're at full. You're at full. You're at full. Because you didn't feel the previous hit. You were out for that one.
Okay, so cool.
What would you like to do?
Oh.
This.
So 2 arms are now stubs.
Yes.
And then how it's holding me on is here. No, only here.
No, there's one here also.
One here.
One here, tourniquet, and then start.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah. Then you also see everything's happening in somewhat real time, okay? But you don't know how each other's actions are going on. This lady walks in.
I say ow by the way.
Walks in, and then she sits on one of the spare operating tables, and she looks very bored. Apparently he conjured himself a new girlfriend. She looks exactly the same, but she's a new one.
She has a type.
Yeah. So she just sits there and she starts filing her nails, and she looks damn bored. That's all she's doing. Okay.
With a friend.
Yeah. And then the creature takes up the hand. Into the bowl, and then takes a torch to cauterize the wound.
But does that expand the metal around?
Okay, I give it to you.
I use this time to try my best to figure out.
How are you gonna figure out?
So it's like it's on my right hand also. So it's stop, metal thing.
Yes.
Okay, not a metal thing.
Yeah.
Right? So am I like Jesus Christ? It's very important this time.
You're like this, just like that.
Like this, right?
Yeah,
so
just
it's
like this.
straight.
Yeah.
Squidward.
So like this, right? I would move my shoulders up. And then my legs, I'll try and kick myself forward because there's nothing holding me on the neck.
Okay.
I'll use that momentum to try and get up.
While
So-
he's looking.
Yeah, while he's looking, he's burning it. I
Oh,
try to move.
okay.
So I can try and get like the stub out of the 2 stubs out of the
I get it.
and then push it down
Okay.
onto the legs, even though they're just stubs.
Okay.
So I get more momentum to go up. And then if I have to, I will break my own 2 legs to try and get everything.
Very, very desperate. I give it to you.
So I broke my legs.
How?
Because they are like carved, right? Are they carved?
Cuff, they're cuff.
They're carved to the ground, to like to the ankles.
Ankles.
So like I have to dislocate my both legs.
How?
Shall fall somewhere? Yeah, just like pulling myself out.
Okay, I give you this one. You have to give me a concentration check because it hurts like fuck. But I give you advantage because this really is a desperate situation.
Adrenaline rush.
Yeah. I am naked, aren't I?
You're naked.
Would I be sweating?
I don't think so. Yes.
There's also a bit of blood from the cut.
There is also blood.
Yes.
Fresh blood, not dried blood. So. And with that, I lost a lot of body mass. So it's skinnier as well. I'm grabbing at everything I can. I activate my blade dance because I'm not wearing any armor.
Is blade dance considered magic?
No.
Then yes, you can do that. I give it to you.
Which adds to my concentrations. Oh, that was the last one. Never mind. This. 10. I have no fun.
I give it to you.
Oh, take it.
I give it to you. 10 is barely. Yes.
No, but
Now what? So you got out lah, okay? Then this creature, right, is holding the torch. Then he's like, and then this lady, she gets off, and then she's just staring at you. She's like looking at you like
broken legs and like my 2 arms stopped. And I'm like, I can't get out of anything, so like.
and she says, "Hey, you need a little help there?"
I can't talk.
Yeah, you can't talk exactly. But that's what she says
I'm like sweating, naked, panting, 2 broken legs, I'm crying probably.
Probably.
Oh my god, thank you. She's so stressed.
I'll just look her dead in the eye.
She's just looking at you. She's actually quite impressed, by the way.
So I'm not still on the table or something?
Sorry?
I'm still on the table, right?
Yeah, on the table. But the golem is just holding a torch and staring at you. And then he turns to the girlfriend and he's like, he's waiting for her command.
And I look at my friend.
And she's just looking at you like, she wants to see what you can do next.
And I look at the golem. I look back at her.
Then she says, "You know, I'm in the same situation as you. I don't want to be here. I got called here in the middle of a damn shower. But I have to listen to his orders. So you're gonna make this hard for me, or you're gonna make it easy?"
So it's a nice wooden, it's a nice stone
Metal.
metal table, right? It's contrast by the blood, right?
Yeah.
So with I have nothing to write it. I just give her a nod. I can just do that. Like let's cooperate kind of nod.
Okay.
Can I have my arms? I can't speak.
Yeah. So what do you say? What do you do?
I know. Yeah, I look at my arms. Then I look at the golem. I look back at her.
She says, "You know, if something happens to the master of this place, I could go free." Not just me.
Then I look at my stars again. I look back at her, and then my 2 broken legs.
She looks at you and she says, "You're not that bright, are you?"
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get up.
Okay.
Is there anything? I ask her first. Like I point to the golden collar
Mm-hmm.
Point with what?
with a star.
You're not there.
like
Okay. And she's like, she can't help you with that, but she just jerks her head over there, and then there's a key box over there. She can't open it for you.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
She's
well,
against strict orders not